Hi Rangers, and welcome to your first activity for this evening's meeting, which is the Light My Fire UMA, part of the Green Have Adventures theme award. So for this, you're either going to need to be in your kitchen or preferably outside. Unfortunately, the weather today is a bit mixed, so I've decided to do it in my kitchen instead. I've got a tray, so I'm going to be doing all the work to make these firelighters on my tray, so it's easier to tidy up when I've finished. I asked you to look out for some old toilet rolls, some old pieces of paper or newspaper. If you are really lucky and one of your parents does some woodwork, some sawdust or some wood chippings would be really useful as well. Some cotton wool balls, and a tub of petroleum jelly. So this evening I'm really only expecting you to actually make your firelighters, but if you're allowed to, as in you have parental permission and you have the time, you could always have a go at trying to actually light them and see if they would light a fire. Now, as usual, I have got Marmalade, the guide mascot, to remind me to stay safe online, and I've also got Molly, your ranger meerkat mascot tonight, to remind me to be safe and you to be safe as well. So if we're going to do anything that involves fire lighting, long hair, you need to tie it back. I've clipped mine back. Any dangling clothing or loose clothing to be removed or zipped up. So my necker is coming off because I don't want to dip that in my fire if I'm lighting it. And I've also got a spray bottle of water here, and I've also got a cup of water to represent the fire bucket if you were doing proper fire outside, but I've also got my kitchen sink over there if I accidentally burn myself. So the first one I'm going to demonstrate is this. This is your toilet roll fire lighter cracker. Okay, so it's literally newspaper and a toilet roll which is filled with small pieces of newspaper. So I'm just going to move the camera on my laptop down so you can see what I'm getting up to, and off we go. Okay, so I've got my tray. Back a bit, and on my tray I'm going to put a sheet of newspaper, which is what I'm going to wrap my toilet roll in. Before I start filling it, I want to just close up one end, or you could just roll it up and twist one end closed like that, leaving this open to put your little pieces of paper or your sawdust or your wood shavings in there. And literally that's all there is to it. So I've got some old newspaper. If you haven't got newspaper at home, obviously in the lockdown situation, you might not be getting newspapers. You might be doing lots of printing at home and have lots of leftover pieces of paper. So anything from your shredder would do. That would save you having to tear up lots of little pieces of paper. Shreddings will burn really easily. And obviously natural things like wood shavings would do too. So you just keep going. I'm not going to go much longer until you think you've put enough in there of wood shavings, bits of paper. And then you're going to close that end up. And there you have one finished cracker. Obviously I'm doing it a bit of a rush, so you could probably take a bit more care. So if you can make 2 of those, and then with your cotton wool balls, this is even simpler. You just want to plump it up a bit, and then get your petroleum jelly, get some jelly onto your finger, and then just work it into the cotton wool ball. I have done this couple of times with the guides and with the rangers as well some years ago. You only want it on the outside. You want to leave some of the fibres on the middle of your ball dry. Okay, and that's literally all there is to it. So if you can make 2 of the cotton wool ball ones and at least 2 of the cracker ones, and these you would then put, as you would for tinder, underneath your fire, underneath your little twigs, and then light them, either with a match, or you could use one of these, when I've done cotton wool ball lighting before, I have actually used a fire striker. And you strike, there's a serrated edge here, when you strike that down firmly, it creates a spark. And when the spark hits the ball, it will just light up. But you need to be really careful with these. If you're going to do any fire lighting, I suggest you either do it in your kitchen sink or you go and do it outside in a safe place, preferably on a fire. You can get these metal fire dishes or something like that if you've got one of those at home, or you could have a go at just trying to light one of these in the sink. It will flare up quite quickly, but if it's in the sink, you can pour water on it straight away to put it out. Obviously in the future, it would be great if you could try these out if you're having a barbecue at home, or perhaps you have an open fire or a log burning stove at home where you could practice doing this. But otherwise for tonight, just make your fire lighters and we'll have a look in the meeting and see how you got on. Okay, have fun with that and see you later.